made a decision to have boundaries, right? And now you feel like, oh, Dina, I just don't want to piss them off. I just don't want to make them upset. And let me tell you something. When you have these boundaries, you're not responsible for their feelings. And I know you're not out here worrying about someone else's feelings more so than your own feelings. That would be foolish, okay? Who cares if they get upset? When you gave them the boundary, you told them, listen, this is my boundary. This is important to me. And if you break my boundary, there's going to be a consequence. And you set the consequence. You told them. And they said, okay, which most people would say. And then, one, they felt like you was so to speak, like got on your high horse, right? What gave this person a right to give me a boundary, right? So they feel like, what gave her the right to have some darn boundary? You know what? Dina done called me and told me she got some darn boundary. The nerve, right? They really expect for you to allow them to walk all over you. Now, I don't know about the next person. If that's not the foolish, or in the words of my grandmother, the beatingest thing I ever heard. Let me tell you something. Now, listen, they will violate them. People who do not have boundaries, honey, they are going to violate yours. But you need to stand firm. It's going to be this chatter, right? Say, for instance, your sister, I come to your house, and I'm like, girl, I want to come visit you. And you know how I am. You know that I don't clean behind myself. You know that. And you're like, all right, listen, when you come, you got to clean up behind yourself. And I'm like, yeah, girl. And you like, if you don't, I'm going to ask you to leave. And I'm like, girl, I know. Like, I'm so excited to get to your house. I'm not even thinking that you really are going to enforce this. And so I get to your house, honey. Well, there I go. I start making a mess, eating cereal, just leaving a bowl in the sink, using the bathroom, just not flushing it, just a little trife, okay? And then you say to me, now listen, Dina, we talked about this. I told you my boundary. I cannot live like this, and I shall not live like this. It is disrespectful to me. And you go to ask me to leave. And I tell you, I said, well, girl, I came all the way up here to see you. Where I'ma go? How you gonna just let me, you just gonna kick me out? Well, is it really kicking you out? Is it really kicking you out? Come on now, don't be lying. You kicked yourself out because you agreed to the stipulations of the contract, so to speak. You agreed. You said that you was going to clean up behind yourself, and now you want that person to feel bad. Let me tell you something. Don't you be falling for no okie doke, okay? Because let me tell you what had happened. You will feel so depressed that you allow this person to violate the boundary. You allowed them to violate the boundary because you cared so much for other people who would think of you that you just said, you know what, I don't want them to look at me funny. I don't want them to think that I'm a bad person, so let me just let this person stay here. Meanwhile, your insides is really eating up at you, and you like, oh, I really want this person to leave. So it's pretty much like a tug of war. Honey, it shall not be no tug of war when you choosing you.